Like bad kids, bitch, we reckless, yeah. Raw hearts are like taxes.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy GwoppyTrai back on another video, and in today's video I wanted to make this video for a long while, especially since I first found out about this back in August, but it just all of a sudden slipped my mind, and I don't know how it did, but somehow it slipped my mind, and I didn't think about it up until recently as I was thinking about Need for Speed Heat's on car list, and which I still need to make a video about, and I was scrolling down and I realized that Toyota was not in Need for Speed Heat this year like it was in Need for Speed Payback or any other Forza games or etc. The only game that the Toyota Supra is in is Grand Turismo, and I'm just wondering to myself, why is that? Why is Toyota not putting their cars in Need for Speed games or any other racing games or street racing games in general? So as I was finally looking around after doing some research, I actually found this article called The Drive. Now the Drive is also going to be down in the description down below, and a link to the article will also be down in the description down below. That's where I'm mostly going to reference all this information from that I'm going to bring to you guys. You guys are more than welcome to. But out of the way, let's actually get into the video. So if you guys are wondering like me and why Toyota is not in Need for Speed or any other racing games, which is a damn disappointment if you're asking me, because I'm a huge Toyota fan and a fan of the Toyota Supras. No matter if it's the old school Mark IV Supra or the new school, what they call the BMW style Supra, like I'm still a fan of the Supras no matter how it looks, but as long as it performs well and has customizations, I'm a fan of it. So I was sitting up here wondering, why aren't they in Need for Speed or any other racing games? So now this article is also going to explain why Toyota is not actually bringing their licensed cars into games like Need for Speed or Forza or anything. But with out of the way, let's actually get into the article. Now I'm not going to read the entire article. You guys can actually read the entire thing for yourself. I'm only going to read small portions of it, but with out of the way, let's actually get into the article. So Toyota's public relations team is being forced to do a bit of damage control after it offered a not so great justification as to why its cars aren't in the latest Need for Speed game. As it stands, Toyota street cars haven't shown up in any big name racing games in the past few years outside of Gran Turismo Sport on the PlayStation 4. Brought to our attention via GT Planet, I don't know which article that is, but okay. The controversy first aroused when a Twitter user retweeted Toyota's official UK account on Tuesday asking where its cars are in the recently revealed Need for Speed Heat game. Toyota then replied, "Not there, you can find our cars in GT Sport, which doesn't promote illegal street racing," with a gritted teeth cringe emoji. That tweet has since been deleted, but thankfully GT Planet managed to grab a screenshot. And as you can see on screen, there's the screenshot of the user actually asking the official Toyota UK account, where's Toyota in the newest Need for Speed games? And that's the biggest question we're all wondering, because you got dozens of Need for Speed fans, and you got hundreds if not thousands of Toyota fans asking where y'all's new Supra is, because y'all just dropped the new Supra. We expect that Supra to be in racing games, and I know that they can make a lot of money because those licensed cars cost a lot of money to put in these games. So they're going to get a massive paycheck, and they're going to be laughing to the bank if they actually put their cars in the game. But no, that's not the case. But I'm going to save the rest of my thoughts for after what I'm going to get done. So couple problems with that excuse. Toyota road cars were not conspicuously absent from 2017's Forza Motorsport 7, a closed circuits only Xbox title, which certainly does not promote illegal street racing. What more, the new 2020 Supra was recently spotted on the set of Fast and Furious 9, which isn't technically a racing game, sure, but will almost certainly contain scenes of less than responsible driving, among other illicit acts. And as you can see on this Instagram post, there it is on the set of Fast and Furious 9. And honestly, goddamn, that fucking orange look goddamn nice on that new Supra. Like, my god, that is nice. Especially with the black rims and everything. But I'm also going to be keeping tabs on that, especially since the new Supra is on the set. They're actually going to be planning to do a lot with that, I can honestly see, because I have an APC tank like right beside it. But that's besides the point. As logical as the refutation might be, Need for Speed's official Twitter account simply and appropriately responded with, "Nerds." And as you can see by the title, that's an appropriate response. That is a very, very appropriate response. I would honestly clap back like that as well, especially since these Twitter accounts and these business accounts want to be savage online. Honestly, let's give a round of applause to Need for Speed, dude. Let's give a round of applause to Need for Speed for that one. And you thought we was done? We just getting started, dude. The very next day, Toyota UK took to Twitter once again to issue a multi-part statement prefaced by "about last night." Here's that thread in full. Now, I'm also going to bring up the screenshots here as well after I get done as I'm reading this. Now, we love that you want to see our cars in all of your favorite racing games, and honestly, we want the same thing. Most of us in the Toyota GB social media team fell in love with cars through games like TOCA Daytona and Grand Turismo. One of us even has fond memories of pole position on the Atari. Officially, Toyota Motor Corporation has no concrete plans to license its model range to any other game besides Gran Turismo Sport at the moment. When you challenge us as to why Toyotas don't appear in your favorite racing games, we don't want to reply to you with a generic message, but we're currently limited in what we can say, and yesterday we got our response wrong. We'll be really excited to share our future plans with you as soon as we're able to. In the meantime, whether it's Gran Turismo Sport, Forza, or Need for Speed, keep on racing. And now that's the end of the article. Honestly, that was a lot shorter than what I expected. I was honestly about to read this as I go. And now, as you can see by these screenshots that I actually brought to you guys and actually told you guys and showed you guys in here in this video, now there's a couple things that I want to say and I think that needs to be addressed. Now, number one, Toyota, I know you're listening. I know you're watching all of these videos about everybody making these videos after your recent comments about saying Need for Speed promoting street racing. Now, number one, if you were born since like 1995 and you are a street racing fan and you played the recent Need for Speed games, like, you know very well that Toyota has an exclusive deal with Gran Turismo. So why didn't you go out and say that? Why do you have to sit up here and lie to our faces and pull this mainstream media bullshit excuse about saying Need for Speed promotes street racing, and that's why we can't actually put our cars in those license titles? But meanwhile, Fast and the Furious, a series that's known for having street races in their movies, and not to say that it does promote street racing before anybody says that crap in my comment sections, but it features cars like the Toyota Supra. The first Fast and Furious movie actually had the Toyota Supra in it, but they're bringing that back in the Fast and Furious 9, but we can't actually have a Toyota Supra in Need for Speed Heat or the new Forza Horizon game. So why didn't you guys actually just came out and said, it's simply, that's all you guys had to say, was that y'all had an exclusive deal with Gran Turismo and probably the Fast and the Furious 2, because they probably paid y'all off to have a couple of Supras in the movie. But why did you guys actually come out and say that? Why did you guys come out and say that? And probably they didn't. My guess as to why they didn't say that was because legally, when you sign a contract like that, you are not obligated to say certain things like that and be truthful about what the ins and out of your contract is, and disclosing like the current status of why stuff that is in your contract and bringing that to the public is clearly legally not right, and they can get sued for that, and you know, legal reasons and all the crap, like pretty much reasons that just pretty much means that they have to keep their mouth shut no matter if they like it or not. So that's number one. Now number two, Toyota, y'all just missed out big time with not having your cars in Forza Horizon or Need for Speed. Now, if you guys don't know the actual steps it takes to actually get licensed cars into games like Need for Speed, Forza, etc. So basically, the developers and the company that's working on the said game basically has to ask permission from, say, Dodge, if they actually want to have a Dodge Challenger Hellcat or a Dodge Demon in their game, or a Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat, for example. They oftentimes have to ask permission from Dodge, and if they get permission and they say yes, they oftentimes have to write a check and actually give them a certain percentage because their car is actually featured in the game and it's actually making money. So legally, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on that's like certain percentages is getting thrown around, like checks are being written so everybody that's making money off the game that actually has the Dodge Demons, the Dodge Hellcats, the Charger Hellcats, all those other cars that's in their game. If it's licensed by Dodge, Dodge actually takes a percentage of what Need for Speed is taking because they actually have their licensed cars in that game. That's one of the steps as to where licensed cars come into games. Now, Toyota, they just missed out on a massive paycheck, and what they don't understand is that a lot of their fans actually grew up in the late 1990s and grew up in the early 2000s. So we were here when Need for Speed Underground was a thing. We were here when Need for Speed Underground 2 was a thing. We were here when Need for Speed Most Wanted was a thing, where it actually had Toyota Supras in their game, and we just spent massive amounts of hours customizing and tuning our cars to perfection and making overall our dream car, because at the time imports were illegal, and because America actually has a 25-year ban on all imports that's coming from Japan, like the Supra, the Skyline, we oftentimes had to wait 25 years. Now, they recently made, I think, the 1993 Supra, Mark IV Supra legal on the streets of America now. So if you don't have any, connections with imports, or like how to get things shipped to the docks and actually have connections that can actually ship in these import cars, not only that, and you actually have to fork up tens of thousands of dollars, because, like, let's be honest, a Mark IV Supra these days costs almost $100,000. So if you ain't got that dough and you ain't got those connections, you can pretty much kiss your dreams of racing and building your dream Supra goodbye. So Need for Speed compensated us for having the enjoyment of customizing those cars in those games, and actually making us potential customers for Toyota, making us potential customers for other companies like Dodge, who sits through these games, looks through the customization, builds their dream car, builds their favorite car in that game, and they actually say, you know what? I think this is the car that I would actually want to drive when I can actually afford to have one. So you have potential customers with the new Supra that you guys just put out. You guys have potential customers with Forza, with Need for Speed. Everybody who has played Need for Speed ever since before Need for Speed 2015, before they completely cut off Toyota, has always made a Supra. There was multiple people that plays Need for Speed. Majority of the community of Need for Speed and in racing games and in the car culture knows that the Toyota Supra is tied for first place when it comes to JDM imports and actual Japanese manufactured cars, along with the Skylines. So they miss out big time, and this is just a huge, to me, I think this is a huge slap in the face to Toyota fans and to the people that actually like the Toyota Supra, because now after hearing this, I don't even feel like that I even want to own a Supra anymore. To me, I just feel like that this just makes me not want to have a Supra even more, because I dreamed of having a Supra one day. But you know what? Since they actually want to say that Need for Speed is promoting illegal street racing and all this other stuff, like I'm honestly more interested in buying a Nissan GTR and buying a Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat way more than a Toyota Supra, because I know that Dodge and Nissan truly appreciates their fans and appreciates the car community and people that look up to their brand and expect for them to hold up their brand with the highest integrity possible. So they just lost a lot of fans after this statement and lost a lot of potential buyers for their Supras, because they don't actually want to put their licensed cars or the Toyota Supras in racing games anymore. That's just crazy, dude. That's really crazy. And I'm just sick and tired of this day in society where people is actually blaming shit like video games and TV shows for why things like mass shootings and all this other stuff like street racing they quote unquote proclaim that Need for Speed is promoting, like, is the main cause for why this is happening, instead of actually blaming the people that's actually doing this. That's crazy. So that's like me right now getting in my dad's 2014 Impala and going and drive 120 miles an hour down that road, and I get into a high-speed police chase because it was a 45-mile-an-hour zone. I guess that's because Need for Speed and Fast and the Furious taught me to do so and promoted it, and that's why I did it. No, that's me breaking the law, so that's why they're chasing me. That's crazy. So apparently if a TV show promotes smoking, I guess that's why people are smoking now. Why we got teenagers smoking cigarettes now. Or like, say if a movie is actually having weed in it, it actually has like drug dealers actually pushing pure cut Colombian cocaine, I guess they're promoting drug dealing and promoting drug lords. No, that's the actual portrayal of what's going on in real life. So that's why they have it in their movie for plot reasons. That's just crazy, dude. That is really crazy. I'm sick and tired of this blame everything but the person mentality in 2019, about to be 2020, dude. I'm sick and tired of it. And because of Toyota, I can't drive a Toyota Supra, and I'm mad now. I'm completely mad that I cannot drive a Toyota Supra in Need for Speed Heat now, and probably never will for at least a long time, until their Grand Turismo contract runs out and they come crying back to Need for Speed, having them to take them back. This shit is really pathetic, dude. But that's all I just wanted to say, man. Let me know what you guys think about this situation down in the comments down below. I know we about 4 days away, or like 5 or 6 days away from Need for Speed Heat dropping, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm gonna be playing it like shit, and I'm gonna be doing a full-on walkthrough of the game just like I did Need for Speed Payback, dude. So stay tuned on my channel for that. But with out of the way, this your boy Gwop. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new, and I'm out, bruh.